Hey guys, today we are going to talk about solving an equation with variable on both sides, but I want to do it inside a Google Slides. So I want to be able to actually type the problem out and uh, show our work in the slides. And the reason I'm using slides is because there's no formatting with the slides, so you can move these. We're going to actually um, use an add-on in Google called Equatio. It's right there, Equatio. And if you go to here, add-ons, and you get add-ons, you can, if you type in Equatio, that'll come up in here. It's free. You can download it as an add-on, and then you can use that. This is just something for you to try, and we'll see how it works. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make up my layout blank. So right now I have this title slide in here and a subtitle. So if I go to slide and go to layout, there should be a blank. Yep, it's right down here. So now I have just a blank screen. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is once you've installed that program, you're just going to click on it, and this comes up down here, and you click on this guy, and now we can start typing. And it works very well. Um, and it even doesn't require a lot of buttons. It almost kind of fixes the problem for you, depending on how you type it. But the first problem, we're going to do just a classic variable on both sides problem. So I'm going to type out the problem, like let's say I had a worksheet in front of me, and I want to show Mr. Lalone my work. So I type that out, and I'm just going to put insert math. And there it is. And I can drag that and make it a little bigger. I'm going to move it in here. And now I'm just going to keep inserting pieces of this puzzle as I solve it. And I think the first thing I want to do, what I like to do anyway, is when I always move the variable term first. And when I do, I try to make that result positive if I can. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. So I'm just going to take this, I'm going to delete it. I'm just put minus 4x, just like that. And I'm going to hit insert again. And if I drag him, it'll click in just a second, hopefully. Let's try that again. There we go. And I'm going to put it there. Now I don't have to do it again. If I hit Control C, it copies that. I'm sorry. And then if I hit Control V, it pastes it. And then I can slide it over to there. Now it looks like I'm showing my work, right? Another little, actually, no, I can't do that here. So in that step, what would be remaining is this -3. You cannot lose that negative sign. So I'm going to type out what's left of the equation. And then 7x minus 4x is 3x plus 12. And I'm going to insert that. There we go. Make it a little bigger. Slide it over. And there's that step. Okay. Now the next step for me is going to be subtracting 12. So I'm going to move this positive 12 to the other side of the equation by subtracting 12 from both sides. So I'm going to put that. Insert math. See if I can get rid of this guy. And it's there. So I'm going to put the first one there. 12 minus 12 is 0. Control Z, Control V. And I can slide him there. Move him up. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then -3 minus 12 is -15. So I'm going to type -15 equals 3x. I'm going to insert. And I'm going to drag him down here. All right. And then the last step will be divide both sides by 3. So this one's going to look a little tricky, but it'll work out nice. So I'm going to hit here. I'm going to kind of delete it. I'm going to hit divide, and it makes a vertical fraction for me. And I'm just going to put 3 there and hit insert math. I may have to get rid of this. I'm just going to hit X, but I can bring him back up by hitting that. And now I can make it look like I'm dividing by 3 again. Control C, just hold down the control button, tap C, tap V, and it will make your whoops. Control Z is undo, so that'll get rid of that little mistake I just made. And I'll put them there. And then these cancel out, so then my last thing to do is the answer, which is -5. Yeah, -5. So -5 equals X. Insert math. There it is. And I'll have to get rid of him. Boom. Boom. All right. And let's just pretend this was worksheet 2. Right. So I just saved it in my drive, worksheet 2. Right. We have, that's a great way to show your work digitally. Again, you don't have to do this. I just thought, well, I'm going to teach a topic that we're, fairly familiar with at this point, and I'm just going to try to teach you a different way to submit. Okay, and this is very neat, fairly organized. And let's try another one. So another type of problem that we want to show you is, if I have enough time to finish this, negative x. And you notice it's throwing in those parentheses for me, +2 equals, let's see, 13. There we go, 13. Okay, so insert math. And I'm doing a second problem, so I'm going to drag him over here. Okay, and the first thing I want to do, some might want to distribute the negative, which is totally fine. You'd have negative x minus 2 equals 13. You could solve it that way. One of the things, because again, we're fairly familiar with these, is anything outside here, I could divide both sides by that number. In this case, it's -1, just to remove this part of the puzzle. I'll do it anytime. I'll divide first anytime it works out on the other side. And this will, because dividing by -1 is only going to change the sign of that 13. So I'm going to divide both sides. I'm just going to hit divide. And divide is right next to the shift button, if you're curious, shift on the right side. Click down here, and we said -1, right? So I'm going to insert the math. There it is. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. And I don't have a big fraction bar like I should, but I'll take it. Control C, Control V, drop him over there. And now this negative cancels out that -1, and all that will remain on the left side is x plus 2. So that's what I want to write. X plus 2 equals -13. Insert math. Wait for him to show up. Oops, I was a little early there. Drag him over for our next step, and boom, there he is. All right. Now the last step is going to be to subtract 2 from both sides. So I'm just going to put -2. Insert math. And drag him over. And then this is a Control C, Control V situation. Because you're, oops, let me Control Z if you kind of drag something and make it not the same size, if that bothers you, like it bothers me. Control Z will undo that. And you always have the undo buttons as well up here, but Control Z is a lot faster. So 2 minus 2 cancels out, so that leaves me with the answer, x equals -15. -13 minus 2 is getting more negative, so it's essentially an addition problem. The other way we learned are the ninjas, right? Negative ninjas. This is a party, not a war, so they get together, you have 15 of them. Insert math. Make sure it shows up. Make them a little bigger, drag them over, boom. And there are 2 problems we just did using, this Equatio add-on that you'll get from here. Type this into the add-ons, into the get add-ons, and that will come up. Now, I'm kind of out of room for the last problem. I got about 6 minutes before this video shuts me off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a new slide. Let's see here. And I'm going to go to slide, new slide. It's there. Again, I don't want any of this formatting in here. I think that was back here, right? Slide, apply layout, and look, you get all these options. We want totally blank. And our new problem, this one is about as hard. Well, we can make them a little harder, but this is, fairly typical. Variable on both sides with a little bit of distribution and a little bit of combining like terms. This is something we struggle with a little bit this year, especially the combining like terms. Let's see, 2x minus 4. So again, I got my worksheet. This was, let's say, problem number 3, whatever. Insert math. I know this is the last problem I'm doing on this, so I'm going to kind of put it in the middle. It is a bigger problem, right? Okay, so the first thing I think I would do, I think I would distribute on both sides, okay? So if I distribute, that's going to be 18x plus 6. So I'm going to take care of that. I'm just going to retype the thing, or at least this part. 18x plus 6, yep, minus 30 equals, and this is going to be 6x minus 24, or no, minus 12. 6x minus 12. All right, make sure that looks right. Yeah, that should be good. Insert math. Kind of wait for it to appear before you mess with it. I think that's what I did wrong the first time. So I have this. Now this seems to be the issue that we had in class a lot, is we started to want to, what I used to say, algebraing around. You just want to start moving things all over the place. I think the cleanest way to do this problem is to combine any like terms. In this case, we have positive 6 and negative 30. So this is a war. I have positive pirates, 6 of them, negative ninjas. They fight to the death, so that's a subtraction problem. 30 minus 6 is 24, and the ninjas are going to win. So it's negative 24. 18x minus 24 is that side of the equation. I already have the 18x there, so I'm just going to write minus 24. And then nothing to combine yet on this side, so I'm going to insert math. Drag it out. How much time do I got? 4 minutes, 3 minutes. We should be okay. Okay. Now I'm going to subtract 6x from both sides, so I'm going to just get rid of that. Again, I like my first move to result in a positive number here if I can. In this case, I can, so minus 6x. Yeah, that's it. Insert math. This is going to be a Control-C, Control-V situation. That should be fine. Boom. Control-C, V. Whoops. Drag it over. Boom. All right, that's 18 minus 6 is 12, so 12x minus 24 equals negative 12. Do not lose that negative. Insert math. Make it a little bigger. Slide her over so it looks like we know what we're doing. All right, so we have next step, adding 24 to both sides. So I'm going to just get rid of that, put plus 24. Insert. Boom. Control CV. Boom. And that's going to give me, I got to put this guy back up, 12x equals 12, right? Yeah, 12x equals 12. 12x equals 12. Insert math. I got to get rid of this guy. He's over here. Whoops, a little early. Boom. Boom. The last step is to divide both sides by 12. I think I can get this done. Insert. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. We're going to go here. Divide by 12. Whoops. Insert math. All right, close him out so you can see it. Boom. Control CV. Boom. And then those will cancel out, and we get x equals 1, not 0. 12 divided by 12 is 1. So one more, just in time. X equals 1. Insert math. Close him. Make him a little bigger. Oops. Make him a little bigger. Slide him under, and there is our video on not only adding and subtract our variable on both sides equations, but also taking our math and turning it in digitally. So this would automatically be saved to your Google Drive, and then you just have to find that file if it's something you want to attach to an assignment in Google Classroom. Find that file, turn it to me, and I will have access to this, all your work looking very nice. Again, just something, if you want to give it a try, you can. If you just want to take a picture of your work, you can do that too. I hope this video helped, and we'll see you guys next time.